Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. My name is Sergey and I'm the owner of NinaVova Custom Jewelry. We make custom engagement rings and wedding bands. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the most important question of how to choose your engagement ring. We're not going to be talking about things like specific gemstones and what gold to choose and things like that. That's some more specific topics, and we covered them in a separate video on this YouTube channel. Check them out for sure. In this video, we're going to be talking about the main things you have to keep in mind. I would say the basics. And this is the video you should start with. You should start your journey with this specific video. And before we actually start, I want to dive a little bit to the history of the engagement ring. I'm a big fan of the history, and that's the important thing, and you will see why. First engagement ring officially was presented in 1477 by Archduke Maximilian of Austria to the Mary of Burgundy, and that was the diamond engagement ring. But from that time until all the way to 1920s, any type of stones were used in the engagement rings. And for example, if you look at the royal engagement ring and the British royal family engagement rings, you will see lots of sapphires, rubies, emeralds, all different kinds of stones. Why am I saying that? Is that to give you the idea that you're not specifically set on the diamonds. There is tons of other stones around, and the idea that you have to have the diamond in your engagement ring actually comes from the De Beers advertising in 1920s, and they were trying to advertise throughout the media, through the Marilyn Monroe famous music video, that the diamonds is the best friends of the girls or something like that. The main thing, you're not set on it. You don't have to go and buy the diamond engagement ring. You can buy any type of precious stone you want. And I've seen some engagement rings even without the stone, but it's very rare case. So basically, we figured that you have unlimited option, no matter what is your budget. If your budget $2,000, you really have unlimited options in terms of metals, design, and things like that. If you have $5,000, $6,000, $10,000, you have unlimited options. Do not believe to someone who would tell you that you have to be set on this, this, and that. If your budget is limited, you can always invest more of your effort into the engagement ring. You can make a custom design and things like that. You can incorporate the story of your relationship in this engagement ring. In this way, it's going to be way more precious. And also, throughout the video, you will see that I'm trying to separate two things. I'm trying to separate the price of the engagement ring and the value of the engagement ring. That's the two different things. And your partner, if you choose your partner right, would care more about the value of the engagement ring, but not of the price. So starting at the beginning, let's just go step by step. So the first thing you want to do is to set up your budget. First of all, throw away this idea that you have to spend 2 or 3 monthly salaries on your engagement ring. That's not true. You want to spend as much as you really want. At the same time, you don't want to go cheap. That's always visible. And if you just go and buy whatever on sale and you're not investing your time and energy into this ring, you're not investing your money, it's really visible and it's not a good way of starting. You want to invest things in this, but at the same time, you want to stay reasonable. So figure out the number for you. For every person, it would be different. Let's say if you're making like $60,000 a year, probably your number would be somewhere around 3,000–4,000, somewhere there. If you're making 100,000, probably your number would be around 10,000 or something like that. But and again, it's not a rule. But the thing I always recommend to my clients is to pay with what you have. Pay with the cash or the debit card. Do not get a loan or credit or anything like that. You don't want to start your new family with the loan to the engagement ring. You're going to have tons of other expenses in the future, and you want to buy your engagement ring in cash. If you feel like you want to have something more special, again, invest your time and energy into the designing the actual ring, but not into like spending more than you should. Of course, in some scenarios, your partner would expect you to spend some money on the engagement ring, but that's another topic. That's another story. The second point is research. When you're going to get this idea of proposing to your partner, make sure you keep for yourself 2, 3, or even 4 weeks to do your research properly. And what do I mean by that? There's tons of information online on YouTube. You're actually watching this video. If you're watching this video, you already start doing your research. So go out there and learn about different styles, about different designers, about different eras of the engagement rings, Edvardian, Art Deco, Art Nouveau, pretty much everything. Learn a little bit about the stones, about gold and things like that. With this knowledge, you will be able to make a much better decision, and that would apply to anything you're doing in life, anything you're purchasing in life. Whether you purchase in the car or the house or anything like that, then more knowledge you have, then better decision you're going to make at the end. Another thing, it's going to affect your final proposal, final product, I would say. First of all, you can clearly see the difference between the rings where effort and time was invested, and between the ring that was just bought from the store. And the second thing, you would be able to tell the very beautiful romantic story, and that's the very, very important. The story is incredibly important about the engagement ring, because it's not just a ring, it's a family heirloom. So if you do your research right, you will be able to tell the story, how much time actually you spent researching things, that you went to the store and nothing was special enough for your very special partner. You're already acknowledging how special your partner is. You will be able to tell the story how you sit down with the designer because you couldn't find anything. You draw things, you change the design a few times, and these lines symbolize the certain period of time in your relationship and things like that. You will be able to tell the story with the ring, and the value of the ring gonna go up significantly. On the other side, if you just go to the store, if you just went to the store and bought whatever made for someone who's not even exists, something like standard average, there is no story there. You just bought something that is shiny, and that's pretty much it. You propose. I mean, of course it's going to be special, but there is no story behind it. And you can probably feel the difference. Like, put it on yourself. How would you feel on both sides, in both scenarios? Probably you would much prefer the first scenario. The only thing I want to note is that when you do your research, it doesn't mean you just go into the same store and learning something from the salesperson. No, you're learning from the different sources. And we're living in a beautiful time when you can just open YouTube and grab something yummy and just go and learn stuff. There is tons of stuff on YouTube. And at first, it's not going to be comfortable because it's so many things to learn really. And again, you're not going to be a professional jeweler, or you're not going to be a gemologist overnight or anything like that. But after like 10, 20 hours, somewhere there, you would feel much more comfortable. And if someone would try to sell you not a good ring, you would feel it immediately. You would know the value of this specific stone. You would know the value of this specific design. And if someone would tell you, oh, that's impossible to do, well, you've seen it was done, and you're not going to believe in that, and you're just going to go and buy something better. So the research is incredibly important. The third thing is to dive into research even more. What do I mean by that? After you did your initial research, let's say you ended up with the idea that you want to get your aquamarine engagement ring. What do you want to do? You want to dive deeper into this specific topic. You want to learn about aquamarines. And again, everything is on YouTube. So you want to learn about heating treatment technologies. You want to learn about radiation treatment maybe. You want to learn about inclusions and things like that. You want to know the basic about the stones. Again, you're not going to be a professional gemologist or anything, but you would know the difference between the good aquamarine and the bad aquamarine that should be avoided. Same for any other stones, opal, emeralds, sapphires, anything. Because there are sapphires that cost like $5,000 per carat. There are sapphires that cost $200 per carat. And you want to know why there is such a difference and what are you actually buying. But because the seller would try to push his line, of course, and you want to make sure that you know what are you actually buying. Same for the gold. We actually have the very good, actually 2 videos about the different types of gold. And before you choose one or another, you want to learn everything. And specifically, if your partner has some sort of allergy reactions and anything like that, you want to do even more research on that topic. So again, research and then double research on more specific topics related to your specific engagement ring. The first thing, and it's very important, is to make your decision in a very relaxed environment. You don't want to stay under pressure sitting in the store. You don't want to do that. You want to make a very comfortable, relaxed decision, probably in the comfort of your home or somewhere there. So if you are in the store and the salesperson telling you that this sale would end tomorrow or this stone wouldn't be available tomorrow or anything like that, that's not true. Just avoid it. Step out of the store, think it through. Do you need this stone? Do you need this ring? Things like that. Put everything down if you confuse slightly, and then make a decision. So make sure you're in a relaxed state, because if you hurry, then you might save sometimes, but it's not as important because your partner most likely going to wear this ring through the entire life, and saving like 1 or 2 weeks not going to be that important. Also, try to avoid chain stores, like big chains stores. The prices there are going to be much higher. The process of making engagement rings is completely different from, let's say, custom engagement ring process, and the quality would be different. And also, you just one of the 1,000 clients that they have, so your treatment would be different. I also want to point that if you want to buy the ring from the very famous jeweler, let's say as from Cartier or Tiffany or anything like that, there is nothing wrong with that. But you have to know that there is no magic in terms of the stone or golds or anything like that. Nature doesn't make specific gold or a specific diamond specifically for Tiffany. They are absolutely the same, but they actually cost like 4 or 5 times more. But it's not like you shouldn't pay that money or anything like that. This brand's been around for a while, for like 200 years. And that's just a very, very nice brand. It's definitely worth it, and if you're in a position where you can afford the engagement ring for, like, let's say $25,000-$30,000, and the Tiffany ring probably gonna be somewhere around that range, then of course buy it. But again, you want to make sure that you know the value of the engagement ring and this value correlated to the price. And these things you would know from your research. So if you're buying from just a regular jewelry store in the mall and they give you some sort of prices, and with these prices they're not going to give you the piece of history or the very specific treatment or anything like that. They just basing their sales on fear. That's the thing, fear-based sales. Then you probably want to avoid it and go another route and go and make a special piece. And the fifth thing is the lighting. And since we talk about the big chain stores, when you enter in these stores, you want to make sure you look at this ceiling. And why is this important? You want to see what kind of lighting it is, because no matter what kind of stone is on your hand, it all depends on the light, how it's going to reflect, how it's going to spark, and the color of the stone might change. So what you want to do, you want to go outside of the store and actually look at the stone under the natural light. Of course, if the store would allow you to do that. But I think if you will explain the salesperson what you're actually trying to do, you can figure out some sort of deposit, and you can actually go and take a look at the stone under the natural light. That's absolutely normal practice to do. Same for the online stores. If you look through the pictures of the engagement ring and you're not seeing the photos made under the natural light, you probably want to request these pictures or ask them about it, because you can make any stone to spark and you can get absolutely amazing colors based on your light, depending on your lighting situation. But in reality, in real life, you're going to be wearing this stone under the natural light most of the time, or under the light of the, like under the very basic light in your office or at your house. This is, by the way, the studio light, so don't trust the studio light as well. And the last thing, and it's very important, lots of people making a mistake on that, is do not believe in the good deals, especially on a common engagement ring, on a common settings. Let's say you're looking at the solitaire round diamond engagement ring and you see the 30% or 35% discount on it. That's a thing to avoid, because again, the jewelry market is very stable, the prices are very stable, and in the bad times they only go up, so it doesn't really make sense on selling something with a huge discount. What's usually happening is that it's just a part of their marketing strategy. Everything is always on sale. And usually these stores do not have the very good quality. They set their marketing strategy to some sort of customers, and these customers need the discounts. They want to have this idea of super good deals or whatever. But it's not actually true. They're probably going to put the 50% discount on the, they're going to put the 50% price. Probably what's going to happen, they're going to put the 50% probably what's going to happen, they're going to put the 50% on top of this ring, and they're going to give you initially 30% discount, and then when you start talking with them to convince you, they're going to throw another like 10-50% on top of this. And this way, it's probably going to be very hard to walk away from it, especially if they're saying that this discount apply only today and not tomorrow and things like that. The only time when you can actually buy the engagement ring with a certain discount, 15 or 20%, somewhere there, is when you bind the display items or the promotion items. What does it mean? For example, I'm going to explain to you on our example. 4 or 5 times a year, we're making a collections of the engagement rings, 15 to 25 rings in each collection, depending on the theme. And we're using these rings for the photo shoots or for the video commercials and things like that. We're showing these rings on expos and stuff like that. And at the end of the year, we're going to clean them, we're going to polish them, so we're going to make sure that they are in a brand new condition, and we're going to put them on sale because someone already wore them, and it's not really a good practice to sell them as the brand new engagement ring. So we're going to put them on sale, 15 to 20%, somewhere there, and you can compare these prices to our other engagement rings so you can make sure that it's actually a discount. So it's not like something that we put on top and then we did the discount. And some other small brands doing the similar things as well. So that's the way of getting engagement ring with a discount. Probably you can buy these rings like somewhere in October and November. That's pretty much the only time of the year where you can get them. The rest of the time, the value of the engagement ring would stay the same. Again, from this research, if you did this research right, you know the value of certain engagement ring, and you can compare it to the price. And if you can see a significant difference, you probably want to just walk away. So again, if you see the good deal thing or whatever, it's not true. The valuable products are never on discounts, pretty much. Only on a slight discounts in a certain time of the year. That's pretty much it. So with learning everything, I think you're much more knowledgeable right now to start your journey of buying the engagement ring. Again, there is much more to cover, and we did that on other YouTube videos on our channel. Also check out our blog. There's tons of valuable information as well. Again, my name is Sergey, and I'm the owner of NinaVova Custom Jewelry. We make custom engagement rings and wedding bands. Please subscribe to our channel. It's very important for us to see your reaction on our videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you again so much for watching.